Good day to you, Babylonians. It's me, Songs of Rays, and we're back at it again with another legendary guide. This time we're going to be looking for episode 3. It is for the Juggler Assault Rifle. It's a personal favourite of mine. It's got me through challenge tiers 12 to 14. I'm still looking to do episode number 15, but unfortunately the mod for this is a little bit bugged, but we're going to have a look at it anyway. I still think it's an amazing mod. As soon as it gets fixed, it's going to be top tier. Now, I know what you're going to ask me. Songs, why is this assault rifle so unique? What makes it so good? It looks like it's just a standard assault rifle. And let me tell you, this mod for the grenade launcher, essentially it's a grenade launcher. It says shrapnel launcher, but essentially is just perfect. It deals with so much damage. You don't even need to worry about having a rounds base skill on either of your classes, and that means Devastators can actually can use this to their best of their ability as well. A little bit of gameplay in the background. The little blue projectile is the grenade that we're talking about. Sorry. I know it's a shrapnel. I'm going to be calling it a grenade throughout the whole thing because it's just so much easier for me. So the version that I'm using in the background here, the grenade says that it does 95,000 points of damage, and that's it does mention that it's after a reload. It's the first shot after a reload, but when you factor in the fact that the rounds-based skills that most people are commonly using, so like twisted rounds, blighted rounds, all those kind of things, and the way that you can restock those and keep having an unlimited supply, when you restock your weapon back to full, it counts as a reload. So that means that the next shot is going to throw off one of those projectiles. So it's a little bit misleading with how it's read, but that's how it works. The fact that it says 95,000 on the actual item card, and it's definitely doing more than that, I think that obviously I will need to do a little bit more testing on this, but I believe that any additional weapon damage that you actually have for the gun, so I'm planning to use Killing Spree on this. I genuinely believe that when you get 3 kills and then you fire the next grenade, that it will then have an extra 75% worth of damage on top of that. Obviously, that's going to be in testing. That's going to be one of the next few videos that I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be testing a lot of tier 3 mods, so that's going to be its own separate video. Anyways, enough about the mod. Let's talk about the actual assault rifle itself. Now, the thing is very steady. It's very easy to control. It's very easy to use. It's very accurate at longer ranges, especially when you factor in tap shooting. But I've never had any issues with holding down the trigger as well, especially all the way up to medium to long range. The only main issue that I did come across when it came to the mod and how it actually came with shooting the gun is because the gun deals not massive amounts of gun damage, and you kind of feel like you have to fire a few extra shots to get that kill. You kind of lose track as to how many is actually needed. When it comes to actually the refilling of your ammo, you don't expect that the next grenade's going to come out, and by the time you've actually pressed shoot, it's actually gone to the enemy that you've just killed. It's hit their body that's not there anymore, but it will count it as collision and it will explode. Which, obviously, if there's a group of enemies charging down, is brilliant, but if there's just a single enemy, like a single boss or something like that, it's a complete waste. And then you factor in the fact that it's bugged. We're kind of not too sure how it kind of happens, or at least the community can't tell, but sometimes it won't recognise reload at all, and it requires you to log out the game altogether. And this works whether you take the mod off the gun and put it onto a different gun. It's just so inconsistent, and it's a real shame because I absolutely love this gun, and I love the mod, and it just causes so much carnage and destruction wherever it goes. And to have it be let down by that is a real shame. And I really do hope that people can notice this kind of thing that the community is saying, and these kind of videos, whether it be mine or whether it be someone else's, and they take that into consideration, they get that fixed. I do think that when that gets done, that will be a top DPS kind of mod, especially with all these ammo regenning mods. Another quick thing to remind yourself about for the grenade is that even though it does have splash, hitting some kind of piece of cover with someone behind it, or someone's head barely visible behind it, so you think there's some kind of line of sight, it just doesn't go through. And I feel like that could do with a change. I feel like that would be a nice little thing to be able to like push people out of cover or something like that. But I suppose that's my personal opinion. It doesn't really take away from the fact that the mod is strong. It doesn't take away from the fact that the gun is great by itself. It'll be a nice little touch, I guess. Now, unfortunately, I do want to carry on the what I started last episode with the Scrapple Keep. But with currently how this gun is, I can't recommend either way for it. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a decent assault rifle. It'll see you well, it does a decent amount of damage. When the mod works, it's golden, it's perfect, it's just what you want for that, so like DPS, as long as you can aim that grenade. But with its current state, I can't recommend using the gun with it on, and I can't recommend dismantling it to be able to put it onto something else when there's better mods out there that are more reliable and will actually see you better at the moment. So at this moment in time, I can't categorize it. I would like to revisit this gun. I would like to say that they're going to fix this anytime soon, but just until then, you're just going to have to bear with me on that, and I'm just going to say it's nice to have, but just have a bit of fun with it. Don't expect it to be something to take into like CT15s and just get you through just by itself. And that is it, Babylonians. That is the Juggler Assault Rifle. I hope you've learned something useful from this. If this is something you haven't picked up, I hope that I've given you some kind of information as to the gun is currently bugged, or the mod is currently bugged at the very least. And this should be something that is on People Can Fly's kind of radar. And I do hope they get this fixed, because I genuinely would love to be able to mess around with this, like try a one-shot rifle that can do so much damage as a Technomancer and have that additional grenade on top. And I would like to also play around with the grenade mod just to see if there's anything I can do to amplify that. Maybe there's some kind of class out there, so maybe there's some kind of build where I can get that to 500k damage. Maybe there's something I can get even further, and if I can, I will have a play around with it, I will make a video and I will bring that to you. In which case, I hope you've enjoyed, I hope you've learned something useful. If you have, feel free to like and subscribe. I know I definitely appreciate it. We're starting to get a lot of views and a lot of traffic onto the channel because of Outriders, and I'm hoping we can keep that up. So in that case, I shall see you on the next one. Thanks guys!